When you're a self-improvement, when you're trying to become better and better version of yourself every day, not gonna lie, you're better than 90% of whole population. It's just a fact. And what I want to talk about in this video is that through my whole life, I've believed that by being humble, quiet, and nice to everyone 24/7, I will be loved by people. Yet my confidence and social skills sucked. What really helped me is that I finally started to perceive myself as better than everyone else I meet. I know it might sound controversial, but I'm not talking about, spreading hate, being mean to people or posting or stuff. It's just that by being arrogant, by thinking that you're better, it makes you less needy. You're not trying to make some people like you. You're just deciding if you like them, you can be, the true 100% authentic yourself in front of them. And if they like you, it's cool. But if they don't, you don't care, right? So guess what? Now people like me more, because I stopped to kind of play this role of a nice guy who wants to be liked by everyone else. I'm just now, they're chilling, kind of. So it's really kind of good mindset change. So if you're on self-improvement, you probably heard about a book called How to Win Friends and Influence People. It's really good book. I'm not gonna argue. What I want to tell is that this book is kind of a trap for some people like me, because as I read this book, my social skills, I could say, went up because, I had those tactics, how to make people feel better because of, my words or my actions, how to make people feel listened. And this is gold knowledge, like this is gold. But what is the trap? Trap is that by reading this book and implementing it without changing mindset about you first, you start to be this weird social guy that is really kind of needy, that is doing all of those things to make other people like you. I remember that when I was in my how to win friends and influence people era, once some friend from my class at school sat down with me in on a bench, and we had some mid conversation. And after this conversation, I ran up to him and said, "Oh my God, thank you friend, for sitting with me. I appreciate it." And he was surprised, because why would I thank him for it, right? He was like, "Well, thank you. It was cool. Yeah, no problem." And he looked kind of weird and then walked away, because it was kind of weird to do such things. The book obviously helped me, but not as much as just stopping caring and becoming more arrogant. Especially if you're a man, being arrogant in social setting is basically a good thing, because you become a leader. You finally have something to say, because when being just nice to everybody, you're just there, you're just a pawn when it comes to chess analogy. You're just a pawn, you're just there, you're just having fun, you're just hearing some jokes, laughing on it, you just say something once in a while. But when you're arrogant, you want you want to say something, you want to be heard, you want to be kind of noisy and stuff, and this makes you more of a leader. So people like it, people enjoy it, because you have this aura, you have this confidence and charisma. So this is what I experienced. This is the best social tip I've ever heard, is that you have to become more arrogant. You have to just stop caring about some weird tactics or anything, because it makes you needy. I'm not experienced in dating sphere, but I will still make this analogy because it makes sense, and I'm sure that it's 100% working. And it is that when you're not needy, when you're kind of arrogant in these social settings, the girls like you more, because you're not pedestalizing women like a weirdo. You're just, feeling dominant, and it's really cool. And you have this aura, just as I've been talking a moment ago. So girls like you more if you're not needy, if you're not pedestalizing them. Small tip. Maybe you don't lack social skills. Maybe you lack confidence and mindset. So action steps for you to do, as always, is that first of all, you have to have something to refer to. You have to have some achievement. For example, it doesn't have to be anything enormous like, building 100 million, business. It's just something small win that you had that makes you kind of better than most of population. For example, it may be not watching TikTok. Oh my God, it was so Polish accented. I cannot believe it. So for example, is not watching TikTok, because to be honest, 99% of people my age watch TikTok. When they are bored, they are just scrolling. They're having 4 hours on TikTok or more even per day. If you're not watching TikTok, if you have the app uninstalled from your phone, you're better than 99% of people your age. So this is kind of a thing, that foundation that can allow you to think of yourself better than anyone else. So this makes you arrogant, this makes you liked by people. It's that easy, bro. This was kind of short video. Thank you for watching that far. I appreciate you being here. If you found some value, you can subscribe to this channel. Let me know down in the comments. We will connect. What do you think about this whole situation? Is arrogancy good in social setting in this way I've been talking about? Or do you think it's like weird or mean towards people? So thank you for watching this again, and see you.